How's it going, everyone? Now, I really think that this video is going to be met with a tiny bit of backlash just because we are going to be talking negatively about a game that I feel like can do no wrong. It's a game that a lot of people are excited about, as am I. It's from a studio that's absolutely beloved. We are, of course, talking about Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, coming from RGG Studio. The Yakuza franchise, Judgment, those games have all been some of the most consistent gaming experiences on the planet. Every game has been pretty damn good. Seemed like everybody loved Yakuza Like a Dragon. Seemed like everybody loved Judgment. Lost Judgment was great. Everybody loves Yakuza 0, and it seems like everybody is excited for the expansive experience that Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is going to be. And you know what? Games moving towards a $70 price point, yes, it's an expensive price point to go towards that I don't think every game can justify. I don't think an Immortals of Aveum can justify a $70 price tag. A Forspoken, $70 is going to require quite the level of game for you to get invested into, and Sega is going the $70 route with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and I have not once pushed back on that because this is one of those games that's going to be worth your $70. However, just because RGG has a lot of goodwill, Sega, I would say, has a decent amount of goodwill as well. I'm not gonna let everything slide. And even as excited as I am for this game, and how much I've talked about this game, and have just shown a lot of love for RGG titles as a whole. How many times in our deals videos do I talk about Yakuza 0, Judgment, etc., etc.? Some of you guys want me to shut the hell up about the games, but they are such good games, and whatever I can do to get more people to play those games, I will do. But we've noticed a little bit of a trend in gaming recently. $70, that's great. Publishers, for the most part, are moving towards a $70 price tag. You know, it's not great for the consumer, but from a publisher standpoint, hey, they're spending more on the game. They're going to charge $70 for this game. If you notice, a lot of publishers are also getting pretty crafty in how they promote various deluxe editions and various ultimate editions. What has been one of the most popular things that a lot of publishers have been doing? They've masqueraded this idea of you get quote-unquote early access into games that are single player, games that are completely finished, and you have to buy the deluxe edition. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown just a little while ago did this. You got 3 days early access if you paid the $10 more expensive and bought the deluxe edition. A lot of games have been doing it. A lot of Ubisoft titles have done it. A lot of games across the board. Every Microsoft published title does it. It's a way that they can monetize games that are going to be on Game Pass anyway. They can sell you a special edition for like $30 on top of your Game Pass subscription, and you get access to the game early. It's a crafty thing to do. A lot of people are like, wow, I get early access to it. Hogwarts Legacy, another game that did it. Totally single player. A lot of people are like, whoa, I get early access and I get to play this game early. Guys, you don't get early access to anything. Those people that dare to spend only $60 or $70, they're the ones that get late access into the game. It's a crafty thing these publishers do, and I've been calling it out for the last year and a half, and a lot of other people have as well. But it's just a way to monetize these deluxe and ultimate editions. But Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth isn't doing that. Oh, they're doing something even a little bit more crafty. The deluxe edition gets you the Master Vacation bundle. We hadn't been exactly aware of what was coming in the Master Vacation bundle until now, where they have the breakdown of all the content in the game and what you get in every edition. So there's the deluxe edition, that's $85. It's $15 more than the base game. You get to explore a bonus dungeon, get special summon, resort guests, outfits, and the thing that is causing quite the kerfluffle today, New Game Plus. New Game Plus is locked behind a $15 DLC. This is one of the more nonsensical things I've seen being locked behind a special edition. We're locking New Game Plus behind a $15 DLC pack, this Master Vacation bundle? What are we doing here? Is $70 not enough? I've been saying, yo, games, they're gonna be $70, whatever. I just saw Avatar Frontiers of Pandora have like a $135, $130, whatever it was, special edition. Okay, whatever, you don't have to get that. However, core features like a New Game Plus, something that has been so standard in gaming for a long time, that's gonna be locked behind DLC? What are we doing? So many times you'll see games just come out with a free update, baking in New Game Plus into it because they couldn't get it at launch. Spider-Man 2 is gonna add that for free, Alan Wake 2 added that for free, so on and so forth. New Game Plus being baked into a Master Vacation bundle that's locked into the deluxe edition, a $15 DLC pack, whatever. Even if you love these games, I love Like a Dragon as a franchise, Yakuza as a franchise, you gotta be aware of nonsense like this. It's just like, you know, the early access nonsense, but this you could make an argument is even more egregious. The early access stuff I think is just comical because they promote it as early access, but if you can utilize like 2 brain cells, you could realize that, yo, it's not really early access, they're just pushing the game away for people that are paying the regular price and you're not getting early access into anything. They can promote it how they want to, but nonetheless, in this case, we're locking out gameplay fundamentals that have been in RPGs forever, in action games forever. New Game Plus, like being locked behind DLC is just absolutely crazy, and if you let this slide, and ultimately, like, let's be honest, who am I? I'm just a schmuck on YouTube giving my opinions on game releases and whatnot. You guys like my videos, that's great, I appreciate it, but it's not like, you know, I'm gonna make that much of an impact, but I can do what I can to bring awareness to stuff like this, stuff like the early access thing, and it's about getting a bigger return on the investment. I understand what they're doing here. How do you monetize your hardcore fans? How do you get more dollars out of them? Because at the end of the day, no matter how good a game is, you are going to hit a ceiling. There is going to be a ceiling that every Like a Dragon game is ultimately going to have, and then you are going to have your foundation of players, and how do you get more out of them? Well, it's by doing stuff like having these digital deluxe editions and doing stuff like early access, New Game Plus, and you can make the argument that the season pass content is just content that's locked away from the game anyway, and they're just creating a season pass out of it, and it's content that should be in the game anyway. Like, you could debate that forever. New Game Plus, on the other hand, this is wild. Like, this is something that has been just a core feature in gaming for as long as I can remember. So many games have had New Game Plus, and now we're locking it behind DLC. Look, I'm still excited for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I have so much hype and anticipation towards these games. We know that we're gonna get 50, 70, 100 hours of gameplay out of this, but even with that, even as excited as I am for it, I do have to try to remove my fandom for this franchise and call it as I see it. Look, I'm happy Sega hasn't gone the route of doing the early access gimmick into their games, but they are pushing the envelope when it comes to these deluxe editions. I mean, Persona 3's digital premium edition, which they are also publishing, that includes a digital art book, a digital soundtrack, and the Persona 3 Reload DLC pack. That's $100, includes a bunch of costumes and purchasable content. Like, yo, that stuff's not anything crazy for me until I hear the actual specifics. The Persona sets, I'm a little bit cautious about, but at the end of the day, that's not too crazy, and it's $100. Like, I feel like that's fine, as that being the content. Like, it's optional content, that's not a big deal. New Game Plus, on the other hand, that's a big deal, and I think people should make a big deal out of that, because, guys, they're just gonna continue to do stuff like this, and I get it. They're trying to figure out ways to get more money for the games, because every game is, you know, whether or not it gets more expensive, returning a profit is the biggest element to this. And how do you get more money out of the individual purchases? Well, you get them to buy these deluxe editions and whatnot. The Ultimate Edition, I believe, is $110, and that gets you an assorted outfit bundle, Sujimon and Resort bundle, and Yakuza CD collection set. Yeah, like, that stuff, don't really care about. New Game Plus, on the other hand, absolutely egregious for this to be in a deluxe edition, and as excited as I am for this game, and even though it's one of my most anticipated games of the year, guys, I gotta call it like I see it, and I do not like this whatsoever, and I needed to bring attention to it. PC Gamer was the one that did a full article on this and how this came to my attention, so credit to them, but had to give my 2 cents on it because I think it's absolutely whack, and I'm still super excited for this game. Look, I'm gonna be a sucker and play the game anyway. Like, what can I do? But I can at least, you know, vent my opinions and thoughts on the situation, and that's coming from somebody. As you guys know, I talk about these games and how RGG is one of the best studios on the planet. However, you know, to defend RGG a little bit, usually decisions like this come from the publisher. They're looking and focused on making the biggest return on their investment, and I don't know who ultimately made that decision of locking New Game Plus into a deluxe edition, but yeah, whoever it was, absolutely whack. That's my 2 cents. Definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts. Am I making this too much of a big deal? This is just not a sign that I like to see. I just think these ways that these publishers are going in terms of monetizing these deluxe and ultimate editions, not a fan of this whatsoever. You guys know I hate the early access gimmick, and I absolutely hate this as well. So your thoughts down below, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.